Well, the fast forward period of the preseason has come and gone, and we've zipped from January 12th to February 23rd, 2032, a week away from spring training. Naturally, with a time jump of that size, there were a lot of transactions. Let's look at them real quick. Going to the off-season center, going all the way back to January 12th. I'm not going to look at all of these, but there were some that were kind of significant. Floria Gilmathian was hired as first baseman for Gray Havens, 34-year-old veteran who's been around various teams for the last 10 years, almost 11 years. She's been an all-star a couple of times. She's got some power. She's getting older, but she should help out Gray Havens. We've also got Eleanor Muddyfoot, the closer. She's got over 300 career saves. Probably not a Hall of Famer despite that fact, because the game doesn't treat relievers very well, but she's a 6-time All-Star. She does have Hall of Fame numbers up here, but yeah, again, unless something really strange happens, she's probably not going to make the Hall of Fame either. But she's, despite being 34 years old, she's still saving games. She saved 35 games for Lothlorien last year with a 3.15 ERA. And they picked her up. Moria picked her up for $9.3 million a year. They signed her for a 5-year deal, which I think is a stretch for a closer who's 34 years old, but that should help them out a little bit. We also had a $12 million a year, 5-year contract for the closer Nolak Finger Torturer. The Bywater Bounders grabbed the 29-year-old who's been the closer for Daggerlad for the last 3 years. Been with the Disaster for a number of years. He's making a lot of money for the Bounders, so they're looking to him to close down some games in Bywater. Excuse me. We also had an $11 million deal for Flormina Salim, the second baseman. She's been with Isengard and Dead Marshes. She's 33, been in the league for 13 years, going on 14 years. She's got a lot of power, can play all around the infield. Not spectacularly, but that's going to help out Laketown a bit. Also, Skragic the Slobberer, Dalgulder signed him to a 4-year deal for $18 million a year. This starter's been with Dunharrow for a number of years. He's been a 17-game winner in the past. He's been a 16-game winner in the past. He's always contributed. He's got a really good WAR numbers, so he ought to help out the Dragons in their rotation quite a bit. Also, Norman Mailer, the guy who's been at the top of the list for the whole off-season, asking for a boatload of money. Laketown finally bit and are going to pay him $20.6 million a year for the next 2 years. He's 33. He was a former superstar in the SFL. He's been pretty good for Laketown the last 3 years. Not spectacular, but he's made the All-Star game, All-Star team, but only over in the SFL. He hasn't really done anything super spectacular yet in SGCBL. There were also a couple of other little things that happened, like, for example, pardon me. We had, to start off the week, know it's here somewhere. Oh yeah, the Archers signed a pitching coach for 2 years for $46,000 a year. That's significant because we're coming into spring training, and I was looking at the different personnel for all of the teams, and there are still some teams out there who haven't got things lined up in the front office yet coming into spring training. So let's take a quick look at those teams. Bree looks fine. Buckleberry's got everything under control. Carrick has their staff ready to go. Daggerlad is ready to roll. Dead Marsh is the same. Dalgolder is ready. Dunharrow's got a problem. Dunharrow doesn't have a manager, a bench coach, a pitching coach. They're missing hitting coaches down in AAA and AA. They don't have a manager or a pitching coach for their single A team. So the Devils need to get their act together and get some front office personnel before spring training gets away from them. Erebor is alright. Haven should be alright. I think Isengard is fine. Laketown should be okay. Lothlorien is alright. Maybe it's just Dunharrow that had a problem. Minas Ithil's missing an assistant GM, but that's not a required position. Minas Morgul's okay. Minas Tirith's okay. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Mirkwood's fine. Oh, Misty Mountain has got problems. The only positions they have that are filled are their bench coach, pitching coach, and hitting coach. They've got problems up and down the line, so need to check in with the Misty Mountain Hops and see what's up with them. Mori is okay. Numenor should be fine. Old Forest might be... Yeah, Old Forest is missing a manager in AAA. Ravenhill's fine. Rivendell's fine. Weathertop has some vacancies as well, so I'm going to have to get in contact with Dunharrow and Misty Mountain and Weathertop and find out what's going on with their front office personnel. Like I said, we're getting down to spring training time, so there's going to be one more week of getting things ready, and then starting a week from Monday, week from yesterday, there's going to be spring training 2032, so everybody needs to get ready. I don't think until we get started into 2032 that we're going to actually have a preseason prediction report yet. This probably is for last year, but it's got... I'd have to look and see for sure, but you guys can take a look at that. Also, we can take a look next time. If there's not any super big huge news, I can look at the various rotations and staffs and look at who we've got on the 40-man roster for some of these teams and make sure that everybody has got their positions ready to go for spring training. Till next time.